distinctive ways. To talk more on this, we have collaborated this evening. And now we will be commencing with the national anthem. And may I request us all to please rise as we respect our beloved motherland to participate in the national anthem of Sri Lanka. Please rise.
Sri Lanka, Namo, 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 Namo Mata. Sundara Sri Varini, Surani Rati Sobhamana Lanka. Vane Vane Kamal Palakuru Piri Jaya Bhumi Ramya. Apahat Sapasiri Sita Sadhana Jivanaye Mata Piliganu Mene Apavakti Puja Namo Namo Mata Apa Sri Lanka
wish you all a very good evening. It is my honor and delight to welcome each of you, our distinguished guests, invitees, friends and family, to the grand opening of the brand new Banquet and Reception Hall, the Windsor Castle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying before, each of us possess a unique identity and a personal story that has shaped who we are today. These stories empower us to contribute to the betterment of humanity in our own distinctive ways. Often, it is the cherished memories of our childhood and special moments that transport us back in time, reminding us of our purpose and guiding us toward the future. Each memory is made up of various elements, people, emotions, and ambience. Among these, the place itself holds significant power, capable of intensifying our feelings. For some, this might be home, and for someone else, it can be somewhere that feels like home. The more remarkable the place, the more unforgettable the memories. Today, we are unveiling a spectacular venue for you to create lasting, special memories that you will cherish for a lifetime. As we commence the proceedings, we wish to formally welcome each of you and convey our gratitude for your valued participation. And to do the honors of delivering the welcome address and the opening remarks, we have a significant personality, And to formally introduce him to you, I invite Mr. Yogaraj.
So thank you, Dulanjali. So ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the grand opening ceremony of Windsor Castle. I'm thrilled and excited to see a pretty large crowd at this venue, full of distinguished guests and special invitees. And we have the chief guest. Once again, we welcome the chief guest, Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, Chief of Staff of Presidential Secretariat and President's Senior Advisor of National Security. And we also have the guest of honors, Minister of Education, Dr. Susil Premjayantha, Honorable Parliamentarian, Mr. Dolawatta, and also we have the former Minister Daya Gamage, and we also have the presence of former Minister Ravi Karnanayake as well. Right. So I have the great pleasure of inviting the speaker for the welcome speech right now, being a close associate of Mr. Rilwan. Let me have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Rilwan Rasik, Director of Windsor Castle, to make the welcome address, or rather address the audience.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense pleasure that I welcome our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Sagala Ratnayaka, Chief of Staff and Senior Advisor to the President, National Security. I also warmly wish to welcome Honorable Dr. Susil Premjayantha, Minister of Education and the Leader of House of the Sri Lanka Parliament, Honorable Dr. Rajitha Seraratna, Honorable Ravi Karunanayaka, Honorable Mr. Premanath C. Dolawatta, Honorable Mr. Veerakumara Disanayake, and last but not least, Honorable Mr. Daya Gamage. I also wish to extend very special welcome to all the government sector, high-ranking officials, senior officials from police department, and government sector high-ranking officials, and officials from Ministry of Defense and members of Parliament. Thank you for taking the time off busy schedule to be with us today. Our dear invitees and distinguished guests, we welcome you all to the grand opening of our brand new banquet and reception hall, the Windsor Castle. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being here to share in this joyous occasion with us. Your presence means world to us. And we are honored to have you as our guest tonight. Tonight we celebrate not just opening of new space, but beginning of countless memorable moments that will take place within these walls. We envisioned the space would not only be aesthetically beautiful, but also functional and accommodating all kinds of events, from intimate gatherings to grand celebrations. We are thrilled to finally open our doors and offer a venue that we believe will set a new standard for elegance and excellence. As you explore the hall tonight, you will notice the attention to detail in every corner. All of these designed to create unforgettable experience for our guests. We have created versatile space that can be tailored to meet unique needs of each event, ensuring that every occasion hosted here is special for the people celebrating. We are also committed to providing an exceptional service. Our team of professionals here ensure that every event runs smoothly and our guests leave with lasting memories. We believe that it's not just beauty of the space that makes an event memorable, but the warmth and dedication of the people behind it. In closing, I would like to once again warmly welcome you all this evening. Your support and presence are truly appreciated. We hope you enjoy the evening, the ambience, the food, and the company. Let's open the doors to new beginning, to unforgettable celebration, and to the future of our banquet and reception hall. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. M. Rilwan Rasik, Director of Windsor Castle Banquet and Reception Hall for extending your warm words of welcome and for delivering the opening remarks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Windsor Castle brand new banquet and reception hall is a multifaceted space that can be customized to meet the individual and distinctive needs of each occasion. Today, we see a splendid banquet and reception hall. But it's noteworthy that many have collaborated with much dedication and exertion since the first days of building its strong foundation. And now we take a look back to see how it looked from then till now. Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together and give a round of applause? And that's how the brilliant Windsor Castle came to be. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am ready to welcome yet another special individual who is ready to address the gathering. Please welcome Mr. Yogaraj.
The chief guest this evening, Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, Honorable Minister Dr. Susil Premjayantha, Parliamentarian Mr. Dolawatta, former Minister Daya Gamage, and the Chairman of National Lotteries Board, Dr. Chamira C. Yapa Abeyawardena, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm thrilled to see each and every one of you here today. I deeply appreciate your participation in making this event possible. We have put this together to show our gratitude to our invitees, to extend a warm welcome to this grand opening of Windsor Castle. This entity fully comprehends your requirements and is committed to looking after your comfort and happiness. Windsor Castle is the best place for hospitality in the town. 2 years ago, the country was in dark due to economic crisis and other factors, including corona pandemic. The so-called Aragalaya and unrest made the situation worse. Many thought there is no future for Sri Lanka. Many sectors, including the construction sector, have come down to zero level. The economy was in bad shape and the throughput was negative. Even the construction of Windsor Castle Banquet and Reception Hall was a dream, as mentioned by Mr. Ilwan Rasik, one of the directors of Windsor Castle. But Sri Lanka faced the worst economic crisis since independence. Not a castle, even to put a single brick on top of a roof was impossible. But now things have changed a lot, thanks to President Ranil Wickremesinghe and his government. As a result, not only Windsor Castle, many castles and constructions have come up now, which is a good news to all of us. The entire Windsor Castle team wants to sincerely acknowledge the efforts of those who came forward and contributed towards the success of this event and making it this grand. In days to come, I'm sure the invitees who are present today will get the opportunity to use these premises for a grand ceremony of your loved ones or relatives. Finally, an appreciation quote to directors of Windsor Castle team. Windsor Castle grows and prospers because of your dedication and hard work put in towards your individual as well as the group goals. And you are a vital part of the success story. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yoguraj, for sharing your sentiments. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to bring in some entertainment. A wonderful live performance by a talented Sri Lankan legendary rapper, singer, and songwriter. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Randir Withana.
Your way, oh, oh. Come back there, oh. Your way, oh, oh, oh. Your way, oh, oh. Come back there, oh. Your way, oh, oh, oh. Malma the hasapitena, nilna tuage vasana, sene hasapavelang vila, ha ha. Dotu ama dessa passina, hadarandi shoka vetana, sane kinyavi hengila. I am a gichiva pemloke. Ekamagava sansare, yeah, 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 Gayale, Rangane, Basante, Pemilangvila, Malmada Hasapidena, Nilna Tuage Vasana, Sene Hasapavalangbila, ha ha. Dotu ama dessa passina, hadarandi shoka vetana, sana kinyavi hengila. senehas päivän vielä. Tutuvamme tässä pääsinä, hade tjocka väderna, sännikin jäävi hengilä. Maailmada hasapidena, lilla tuäge vasena, senehas päivän vielä. Tutuvamme tässä pääsinä, tjocka väderna, sännikin jäävi hengilä. Sännikin jäävi hengilä. Sännikin jäävi hengilä. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
With great pleasure and excitement that I welcome you all again to the grand opening of the brand new banquet and reception hall, the Windsor Castle. There was a time way back in 2022, the whole country was in disarray, or rather dire straits. And people were in the queues for many hours and days to collect fuel, gas, and many other essentials. Many thought Sri Lanka is gone and dead, and there was no future in Sri Lanka. Then President invited many political parties, including the opposition, to take over the country. But no one came forward. But one man came forward and took over the country. Still, no one thought the country will come back very soon within a short time, or rather less than 2 years. Things have changed a lot. The dollar rate came down from 380 rupees to 300. People have the access to all essential services. Large number of tourists have started visiting Sri Lanka. Economy revival was faster than expected. It is because of one man who made the huge change. He is none other than President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Few days ago, the President announced the much needed debt restructuring, which was completed successfully, and which is a major milestone of this country. But we cannot forget the contribution of another gentleman who has been supporting the President from day one in every aspect of this most challenging journey. He is none other than the former Law and Order Minister, President's Chief of Staff, and President's Senior Advisor on National Security, Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, gracing this occasion as a chief guest. So let me have the pleasure of inviting Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka to address the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to invite Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka on stage.
Honorable Dr. Susil Premchand, the Minister of Education, the Honorable Premnath Dolawatta, Member of Parliament, Honorable former Minister Daya Gamage, Honorable former Minister Anoma Gamage, the Chairman of the National Lotteries Board, Chamirayapa Abevardhana, all the distinguished guests who have come to this event, ladies and gentlemen. When I was invited to this event, I really didn't expect an event hall of this magnitude. It was only when we arrived here that we realized how much effort would have gone into this project. And like Rilwan said in his speech, in his welcome speech, Rilwan and his directors had a hell of a challenge because they commenced work at one of the hardest times that Sri Lanka has ever faced. We faced the COVID virus, which the entire world faced, but then it was followed by the economic crisis, which Sri Lanka and a few other countries in the world faced. I remember those times. Many people who had started on projects like this had great difficulty completing them. We had import restrictions because we didn't have the dollars available in the market or in the banks or in the system, as we would call it, to be able to allow these imports. So many projects got dragged on for a long time. People had invested money, taken bank borrowings. They were paying interest on these borrowings, and sometimes they even started repaying the installments, but the project was still far from finished. It was a very difficult time. Yuvaraj reminded you of the shortage of gas and the fuel and the medicine. I just reminded you what some of the business community faced. And like Yuvraj said, one man came forward when everybody else in reality ran away. They didn't accept the challenge. They were the first in line. They didn't take up the challenge. The one man who took up the challenge, I think, was third in line in the offer list. He took up the challenge courageously, and he had a plan to recover the country. It was fairly obvious. In 2 days, he had the law and order situation under control. That comes from experience. It also comes from the confidence in how to handle a situation. Within a month or two, the shortages were overcome. The lines went off the roads. Our lives started improving. Within 4 months, we got into an agreement with the IMF. And within 2 years, we went through a series of reforms. Fiscal reforms, which included reforms to the tax sector. I know many of you got hit by it, but it was very necessary to bring these tax reforms because we had to have a tax structure that would support revenue for the country to keep moving on. We went through the reforms, nevertheless, to ensure that tax monies that were collected were used correctly. We went through monetary reforms, we went through some structural reforms, and we also went through something that no other country had gone through in the region. We asked the IMF to come and do a governance diagnostics review in Sri Lanka. It was carried out. They brought about some recommendations, and much of it concentrated on anti-corruption. And we have implemented many of these recommendations, which also includes a new act on anti-corruption. We are very soon going to bring in the rights to proceeds act as well to Parliament. It will come in the form of a bill and be passed by Parliament, and it will be law. But it's all of these reforms that brought us to this stability. And just a week ago, like Yuvraj said, the President announced the agreement with the official creditor committee to restructure Sri Lanka's loans. We got a nominal cut, $5 billion, nominal, but a large amount. We got 4 years grace and some concessions on interest, and then a payment period. Everybody thought that the private creditors will take long. I know there were some in politics who were hoping and praying that it will take longer. It's a very sad situation. Even in Parliament, when President made the statement on the official creditor committee's success, the opposition parliamentarians didn't support the government's program, although it was a successful program. However, I'm happy to say 3 days ago, the private creditors have also we've come to agreement with them. Again, we get a nominal reduction. It's a 28% reduction which amounts to about $3 billion. In total, $8 billion. That's a large amount for a country like ours. And we also have, again, some time to pay. And now, what we have to do is make it good for the people of Sri Lanka. The people of Sri Lanka suffered. They saw their cost of living increasing threefold overnight. They saw value of the money that they had saved over many years after working very hard. They saw that value dropping overnight by 2/3 to 1/3 of its original value. Many other plans that they had to educate their children, build a house, buy a car, they had to put aside. It was very difficult for many people to come to grips with this. But however, the people of Sri Lanka supported the reform process and are happy that the restructuring has come through. And now the government is determined to deliver to the people the next stage, which is the growth of the economy. President Wickremesinghe, like he did the recovery to stabilize the country, to arrive at the restructuring program, has also got a plan for us to grow very fast. That plan covers the tourism sector. We will be back to 2.5 million tourists, the number we had prior to COVID, by the end of this year. But in the 4 years after that, we will grow it by a further 2.5 million. And those 2.5 million will be a higher-end tourist than the tourists that we see now. The infrastructure is being put in. The story that is required to bring the tourists in is being put in place. The laws are being put in place, and the economy being stable, and the restructuring, bringing in the confidence, is also going to help tremendously. We are also looking at harnessing to a maximum the capacity that we have to produce renewable energy, solar energy, wind energy, maybe in a few years even wave energy. We have far too much for our requirement. We will be able to export over 50 to 60% or maybe even more than that if we do it right. We want to do it right, and we want to do the export. The first stage will be a grid connection with India. It will be a submarine cable, and we will start exporting to India. As the bridge connection to India comes on, we will be able to increase the capacity and export even more. And there are newer ways of doing it. You can do it as green hydrogen. So there's Mr. Marika in the audience who knows all about this, who's advising us on how to do this. And they are leading the way in most of the power sector work in Sri Lanka. Then we move on to the manufacturing. Sri Lanka has to manufacture and export. Otherwise, we will always be an import-dependent economy. The manufacturing, to be able to be a manufacturing hub, we have to bring down the cost of production. Electricity plays a major role. I think that can help us a lot when that reduces. Additionally, the government is talking to foreign governments to improve on the free trade agreements. We've already improved on the agreement with Thailand. We're discussing with Singapore and India. And we have also applied to a multilateral agreement called RCEP. When all of these come through, we will have an edge over other countries to export out of Sri Lanka. All of this will help to bring in investment into Sri Lanka. But what is going to help the most is the new law that's going to come in, the Economic Transformation Bill, which will be brought to Parliament very soon, which, when it comes in, will promote investment, it will support investors, and it will make it easy for them and transparent for them to work in Sri Lanka. It's a very powerful law. It has brought together 5 pieces of legislation, all to support investment. So moving forward, I think we're well set to grow very fast. What we need is a younger generation to line up for that. We have to upgrade the education. The Honorable Minister is here. The education will have to encompass all these new areas that we want to go into. And the younger generation will then have the jobs that they look for in Sri Lanka. Good jobs, well-paying jobs, so that they don't have to go overseas again. In the next 5 years, we will see this moving forward as well. And by 2028, 29, we hope to see much better growth in Sri Lanka and to be able to offer the youth of Sri Lanka a far better future. So I don't want to take too much more of your time. Just wanted to say thank you for standing by us until we sorted things out. We have we have a little more work to be done, and we will ensure that is done as well, and that your country's future, your children's future is ensured. We're grateful to entrepreneurs like Rilwan and his directors for coming up with projects like this, for having the confidence to go through it. Thank you very much. Thank you also for having us here and for putting up such a lovely event. And it's nice to see young talent like Randhir, who will also have a much better future in Sri Lanka when the economy starts doing better. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much, our chief guest, Chief of Presidential Staff and Senior Advisor to the President for National Security, Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, for gracing our occasion and for sharing your valuable insights on this occasion. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready once again to enthrall you with a fabulous performance by a talented Sri Lankan legendary singer, dancer and pop sensation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dushman Weerman.
All right, you guys are too quiet now. Maybe you can do a bit of clapping for me. Uh-huh. Vasanalu vaginavadi veluke indala avakelle surupi kelle vedanalu vinme mava galava gatta ma surupi kelle. Come on, you guys. Appudiya devare. That's good. All those serious faces. Come on, let's have some fun. Duki balaka taruna ekate. Ridi meni kratte rannete. Duki balaka taruna ekate. Ate ate ridi meni kratte rannete. Maligava harada mala ave aikate. Ave aikate. Vasanalu vaginava divya loke indala ave kelle. Surupi kelle. Demapiyan mudal watipiti. Epakiya balate ahati. Ar demapiyan mudal watipiti. Hi 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 hi. Epakiya balate ahati. Lota binnuane nima adari hati. Adari hati. Vasanalu vaginava divya loke indala ave kelle. Surupi kelle. Vedanalu vinme mava galava gatta ma surupi kelle. Surupi kelle. ඉවලා කුලේ පිපි සුවඳ දෙන නෙළුම් මලේ ආහා රිදි ඉරයිව ඉවලා කුලේ හේ 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 පිපි සුවඳ දෙන නෙළුම් මලේ මගේ අන්ධකාර දිවිය ඔබයි එලි කලේ අර ඔබයි එලි කලේ sing වාසනා ලොවක් ගෙනව දිව්‍ය ලෝකේ ඉඳලා ආව කෙල්ලේ සුරුපි කෙල්ලේ වේදනා ලොවින් මෙමාව ගලවගත්ත මා සුරුපි කෙල්ලේ සුරුපි කෙල්ලේ come on වාසනා ලොවක් ගෙනව දිව්‍ය ලෝකේ ඉඳලා ආව කෙල්ලේ සුරුපි කෙල්ලේ. Are you guys having a good time?
Yes.
Are you ready to have a good time? Maybe you can sing this last line with me. වාසනා ලොවක් ගෙනව දිව්‍ය ලෝකේ ඉඳලා ආව කෙල්ලේ සුරුපි කෙල්ලේ. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please give another round of applause to this young artist who has entertained the whole crowd. Right. This is, we have the Deputy Inspector General of DIG Western Province South, Gayantha Marapana, who is here representing the Inspector General of Police, Deshavandu Tenakon. The IGP is away from Colombo to attend an important meeting with His Excellency the President Ranil Wickremesinghe. So the greeting message of IGP goes as, wishing you all the success and prosperity in this exciting journey ahead. Heartiest congratulations on the grand opening of Windsor Castle, Banquet and Reception Hall. May this new chapter be filled with joy, growth and endless opportunities. The IGP mentioned this while sending the warmest congratulations and greetings on the grand opening of Windsor Castle. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the conclusion of the formal proceedings, and now we will convey our words of gratitude on behalf of the management. Tonight marks a significant milestone with the opening of the Windsor Castle, our banquet and reception hall. It has been an event filled with joy, excitement, and heartfelt moments. None of these would have been possible without the contributions of many dedicated individuals. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, Chief of Staff and Senior Advisor for President on National Security. We also warmly wish to thank Honorable Ravikar Ranayaka, Honorable Dr. Cecil Prem Jain, Honorable Premnath C. Dolavatta, Honorable Veerakumar Disanayaka, Honorable Dr. Rajitha Sena Ratna, and last but not least, Honorable Dag Amage. Also, a very special thanks goes to the high-rank positions holding government officials who are here, the police department officials and members of parliament. Thank you for taking time off your busy schedules to be with us today. Your support means the world to us, and we are truly honored to have you here to celebrate this special occasion. Thank you for being a part of our journey and for sharing this milestone with us. We extend a special thank you to our dear invitees and distinguished guests. Your participation has added prestige and significance to our event, and we are deeply grateful for your time and presence. To our architects, designers, the construction teams, your hard work, creativity, and attention to detail have transformed a vision into reality. The stunning hall we stand in today is a testament to your skill and dedication. Thank you for bringing this project to life with such excellence. To our entertainment and technical teams, thank you for providing such wonderful performances and ensuring that everything is executed smoothly. Your talents and professionalism have truly enhanced the evening. Last but certainly not least, a heartfelt thanks goes to our digital and event planning committee and the staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to organize this event. Your meticulous planning and hard work have ensured that tonight's celebration was seamless and enjoyable for all. To our dear guests, we hope you enjoyed the evening as much as we have enjoyed hosting you. Your presence here tonight has been a source of great joy and encouragement, and we look forward to your continued support. The success of any occasion requires a clear understanding of its purpose, meticulous planning, and seamless execution. Our team of professionals is dedicated to providing exceptional service, ensuring that every event is handled with utmost professionalism. As we often say, they ensure that every occasion hosted here is as special as the people celebrating. As Mr. Rasik rightly said, we believe that it is not just the beauty of the space that makes an event memorable, but the warmth and dedication of the people behind it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we near the conclusion of our formal proceedings, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to each of you, and we invite you to enjoy the rest of the evening. And we will conclude the formal proceedings with this, but we also wish to invite you to take a tour of the premises and experience the ambience and the reception that our dedicated team has crafted with passion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Windsor Castle.
I know you're hurting, you're a broken soul. Outside you are yearning, but it's tonight. Lay in my arms tonight. I know it's burning, yeah, every day. When it all starts turning, I ain't far away. Goddamn, you're perfect. I see it in your eyes. I want you to lay in my arms tonight. I will keep you safe while I hold you tight. I just wanna show you loving, earn your trust and lay in my arms tonight. I want you to
Ladies and gentlemen, a small announcement. For all VIPs and special invitees, they are invited for the dinner, which is hosted upstairs, the second floor of this Windsor Castle Banquet Hall. Once again, the VIPs and special invitees are invited for the dinner, hosted at the second floor of this building, or rather Windsor Castle Banquet Hall. Thank you.
I know this world is heavy, but as long
Thank